looks like we are recording and all ready to go. So today let's get started in child's pose. It's honestly one of my favorite ways to start yoga class. So bring your knees out wide towards the edges of your mat. And just let your chest sink in. And you can start breathing in and out through your mouth or through your nose, just whatever feels comfortable to you. And just let that settle in. And take a moment to realize and notice how you feel. You can take a quick body scan, starting with your toes, moving up towards your hands. And you may hear my dog in the background. He gets a little playful in the morning and he'll realize I'm teaching yoga and hopefully settle down in a moment. And now that you've taken your body scan, however you feel right now, it's not good or bad. It can just be what it is. And that's perfect. Start breathing in and out through your nose. Pull the air in through your nose and feel it fill up your belly. Feel your rib cages expand. And take a quick pause at the top. And then let it all out. Push the air back out through your nose and feel your belly button contract towards your spine. And now walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Maybe your left hand even comes out of off the side of your mat. Feel the side body stretch on the left side of your body. Walk your hands back forward. And then switch sides. Right arm to the left side of your mat. Feel the side body stretch on the left side of your body. And now come back through center. Take one more deep breath in. Feel your rib cages expand away from each other. And then let it all out. Exhale. Come up to hands and knees on your next inhale. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your heels. Tuck your toes. And then take your right arm and reach it out towards the front of your area. And then stamp your left heel towards the back, creating one line of energy from your hands to your heels. Inhale a little bit more length into your pose. Exhale, draw your knee to your elbow. Curl your back. Inhale, expand. Exhale, elbow to knee. See your knee. Inhale, expand. And then last one, draw your elbow to your knee, curl your back. And then stretch out one more time. And then plant your right hand, left knee. Take your left arm out in front, almost like you're about to give somebody a handshake. And then take your left heel towards the back of the room. Get a little bit more length. Feel your spinal cord expand. And then draw your elbow to your knee. Inhale, expand. Elbow to knee. Exhale. See your knee. Expand. Inhale. Reach your hand out towards the front. And then elbow to knee. Inhale, expand out. And then plant your left hand, right knee. Tuck your toes. And then push back to a downward facing dog. Exhale. Set your gaze in between your two big toes. Settle in here and take any movements that your body is calling for. And if your body is calling for movement, take that. And if it's simply calling for stillness, take that. And then you can maybe take a little bit of a longer down dog today. Try that out and see how that feels. So bring your feet back about a foot towards the back of your mat. Nice work. And then spiral your inner thighs in and down towards each other. And then keep a generous bend in your knees so that you can start tilting your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Nice work, nice adjustments. And now with your hands, make an L shape with your with your finger and your thumb. Nice work. And then splay your hands, your fingers out around your pointer finger and your thumb. And now push into them, almost so that your shoulders start lifting away towards your ears, and then sink down. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Take deep breath in, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, curl your back. See if you can make connection. Go up and back, three-legged dog, inhale. Knee to your nose, exhale, pause. Up and back, big, big breath in. Knee to your nose, one last time, pause. Stay for an inhale, and an exhale. Three-legged dog, big breath in. Place your right foot down, left foot up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, cat your back, and then go up and back, breath in, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, round your back, and then up and back, big breath in, and then knee to your nose and pause. Stay for the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, lengthen your foot up to the ceiling, inhale, and then place your foot back down to the mat. Inhale, look forward, see your thumbs, and then take as many tiny steps up to ragdoll pose towards the top of your mat. Keep your feet at about hips width distance or even wider. Do what feels good here. And then option to take a generous bend in your knee this morning. Your chest may sit on your thighs. And take a moment to let your head, neck, and shoulders drape towards the ground. Let gravity do the work. Drop your hands to the ground. Heel toe your feet together. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, hands below or above your knee. Lengthen your spine and reach the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Exhale, let your hamstrings feel the opening. One more halfway lift, inhale. And bow down, exhale. And then one vertebrae at a time, slowly roll up to a mountain pose. Roll your shoulder blades when you get up towards your ears and let them go down onto your spine. Bring your hands to heart prayer. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your belly and your back ribs. And then together, let it go. One more of those. Fill up with air. And let it out. Inhale your hands high up to the ceiling. Look up. And then forward fold. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Take a halfway lift, inhale. And then step back into a high plank. So high push-up. Option to drop to your knees at this point. And I encourage you, if you want to drop to your knees, take one more breath in and listen to your body, and then decide from there. And then you can stack your heels right above your toe mounds. Nice work, nice adjustment. And it's almost like you're about to stamp your heels into like a table or a wall or something like that. And then pull your shoulder blades, pinch your shoulder blades together, and set your gaze about 2 feet in front of where it is to lengthen your spine. Nice adjustments. Stay here for another breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrist. Lower down into low plank. Option to drop your knees. And then pull through to upward facing dog. Inhale. And then push back to downward facing dog. Exhale. See your toes. Take a deep breath in before we move. And an exhale out. Inhale, look forward, see your thumbs. And on your exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, head, neck, and shoulders down. Rise up to mountain pose. Root from your feet and rise up, look up, and then back down to the mat. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High to low plank, or skip it and go right to downward facing dog. Upward dog, inhale. And push back to downward facing dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in, fill up, and let it out. Inhale, see your thumbs. Exhale, float or step to the top. Take a halfway lift, big breath in, and bow down, head, neck, and shoulders towards the ground. Rise up to mountain pose. Engage your core all the way up to the top. And forward fold, exhale. Hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Halfway lift, deep breath in, and high to low plank. Or like I said, skip it and go right to downward facing dog. Up dog, take a deep breath in, and push back to downward facing dog. Exhale, see your toes. Take a deep breath in. Push the air out, feel your belly button to your spine. Inhale, look forward, and then float or step to the top as you exhale. Take a halfway lift, big breath in, pinch your shoulder blades together, and bow down, exhale. Rise up to mountain pose, reach up and maybe even look up and back, and bow down, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, take a deep breath in, high to low plank, hug your elbows in towards your side bodies on the way down, and then upward facing dog, top of your feet on the mat as you breathe in. Push back to downward facing dog, see your toes. Take a deep breath in, let it all out. Inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, float or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out as you forward fold. Mountain pose, root to rise. So push the mat away with your hands and look up, breath in, and forward fold, exhale. See your toes. Halfway lift, inhale, look about 2 feet in front of your mat and keep your gaze where it is as you take high to low plank. And then upward facing dog, breath in. And downward facing dog, breath out. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. And now take one more on your own, linking your own breath to movement and doing what feels good. Listening inward, turning into your body. Listen into your own breath. And then when you're done, meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and again, look forward, see your thumbs, bend your knees, float or step to the top as you exhale. Nice work. Halfway lift, inhale, and bow down, exhale, chair. Sink low in this chair. Focus on your hips coming back and then down towards your mat. And you can do this by starting to spiral your inner thighs in and down, and they won't actually move. It's the intention that's there. And focus on your breath right here. Bring the breath back in if it's gone. And now sink your hips about 2 inches lower than they actually are. And then 2 inches back so that your knees stack over your ankles. And then one more of those, 2 inches down, you got this. And then 2 inches back. Inhale and reach your thumbs higher than they are towards the ceiling. And forward fold, let it release, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, high to low plank, or skip it and go right to downward facing dog. Elbows at 90 degrees on the way down. And then up dog, inhale, down dog, exhale. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then warrior one, right side, plant your heel first, spiral your back heel down towards the mat, and your back toes will be facing about 2 o'clock or 11 o'clock time, right? And now press into the knife edge of your back foot to really give you leverage to start sinking your front knee so that it's stacked over your ankle. Nice work, nice adjustments. Feel that and notice it. And now pull the pit of your belly in and up and engage your front ribs. This will help you stack your shoulders over your waist. And now where you are right now, keeping that foundation, start floating your top ribs away from your hips. Create some air and fluidity in the top part of your body. Maybe even look up in between your hands, see the ceiling, and then down to the mat, chaturanga, high to low plank. Keep your exhale all the way down to low plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. And then push back to downward facing dog. See your toes, left heel up to the ceiling. Step it through. Heel strikes first. Warrior two, warrior one, left side. And this side may feel different. And just notice it. And that's okay. And you can start hugging your right butt cheek in. And this will help you square your hips towards the front of your mat. And your hips, they're probably not gonna square, and that's okay. But it's the intention of getting your hips there. And keep that breath going, fill up with breath. And now engage your core right here. So knit your front ribs together. And then stack your shoulders over your hips. And then bring your thumbs towards behind your ears. So your upper arm bones are behind your ears. And now look up, fullest expression, chaturanga, high to low plank, or skip it and go right to downward facing dog. Your choice. Listen in, tune in. Upward facing dog, inhale, pinch your shoulder blades together. Push back to downward facing dog, see your toes. We're gonna move a little bit faster here. One breath per movement. So take a deep breath in, look forward, float or step to the top as you exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale, bow down, exhale. Chair, one breath in, sink low, look up. And then forward fold, exhale, look down. Halfway lift, breath in. High to low plank. Elbows at 90 degrees as you lower down. Upward facing dog. Shine your collarbones to the front of the room. And then push back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Right side, warrior one. Step, plant, and rise. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just one big breath in and look up. And then downward facing, and then high to low plank, exhale. And again, option to skip the chaturanga and go right to downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Plant your heel lightly so I can't hear it, even on mute. One breath in and maybe even look up. And then high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Inhale, push the tops of your feet into your mat. Downward facing dog, exhale. Immediately look forward, see your hands, float or step to the top. Inhale. Halfway lift, big breath in. And bow down, exhale. Share, spiral your inner thighs in and down, breath in. Forward fold, exhale, hips over your heels. Halfway lift, inhale, pinch your shoulder blades together. Chaturanga, exhale all the way down. Upward facing dog, inhale, tops of your feet, press into your mat. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog, exhale, warrior one, right side. Step your heel, front heel lightly. Rise up and look up, inhale, high to low plank all the way down. Let it be messy and let that be okay. Upward facing dog, inhale, and push back to downward facing dog, exhale. Warrior one, left side. Rise up. Lift your rib cages away from your hips. Look up. And then back down to the mat. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Inhale. And then push back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Look forward. See your hands. Floater step to the top. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. And then bow down, exhale, chair, one breath in, and then release, forward fold, exhale, halfway lift, breath in, chaturanga, all the way down, breath out, upward facing dog, and then push back to downward facing dog, exhale, warrior one, right side, root, then rise, lift up, keep some fluidity all the way up, and then chaturanga down to the mat, elbows hugged in towards the sides of your bodies, nice work, and then upward facing dog, look up, push back to downward facing dog, exhale, and now take the left side, warrior one, and then take one more of those after you're done with this left side, one more sun B, linking your breath with movement and letting it be your own. Listening in, tuning in towards your body. One more, sun B. And however it's going for you right now, it doesn't have to be right or wrong, good or bad, it can just be. How you are yesterday or how you were 10 years ago or 5 years ago, who knows? See your toes. When you meet back in downward facing dog, option to take a water break here. We'll have about 5 breaths in down dog. Every day is changing. Right now, I personally have a knee injury. I fell the other day skiing and popped my MCL a little bit, and I just have to know for me personally that how I feel today is not going to be how I feel next week, and it's not going to feel how it is in a year or 2 years. And what's important is tuning in to how you feel currently. Right leg up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, exhale. Go up and back, big breath in. Draw your knee to your right elbow, make connection and pause. Go up and back, breath in. Draw your knee to your left elbow, cross it under your body, engage your obliques. Go up and back, big breath in. Draw your knee to your nose or forehead this time. Go up and back one more time, inhale. And then bend your knee, your lifted knee, and stack your right hip over your left hip. Option to flip your dog right here. And if you're not feeling the dog right now, you don't have to take it. And in your flip dog right here, start pressing into your heels to lift your hips even higher towards your ceiling. Nice work. And then come back to a three-legged dog. Plant your right foot down to the ground. Lift your left foot up to the ceiling. Knee to your nose, exhale. Go up and back, plant your heel up towards the ceiling. Draw your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, up and back, big breath in. And now cross it under to your right elbow. Engage your obliques right here. Inhale, up and back, breath in. Draw your knee to your nose or forehead. Up and back, inhale. Bend your left knee. Stack your left heel over your left hip over your right hip. Option to stay here or option to flip your dog. And if you're flipping your dog, see if you can land lightly so I can't hear you. Nice work. And now start bringing your left shoulder back down towards the mat, and you can drop your head if you want to. Three-legged dog. And then plant your left foot back down to the mat. Inhale to high plank. So take a body roll all the way to high plank. Side plank, right hand down, left hand up. Option to drop to your knees right here or take whatever variation you want. Nice job on the lifted leg. Oh, engage your obliques right here. And then look up at the ceiling. There's something more interesting up there. And then come back to a high plank. Side plank, left hand down, right hand up. Option to drop to your knee or have both feet on the ground. And now pinch your shoulder blades together. This will help you square your hips towards the sides of the room and bring one shoulder over the other. And then start settling your gaze to the bookshelf and then start bringing it up towards the ceiling. Nice work. And then come back into a high plank. Stay here for a breath in and a breath out. And now push back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Draw your knee to your nose. Step your right heel forward in between your two hands. And then rise up to a crescent lunge. Take a longer stance than you would normally here. And in crescent lunge, your back heel is stacked over your back toe mound. And your feet are on two different train tracks. Nice work here. And now lift your back hamstring a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. And now can you sink your knee so that it stacks over your front ankle? Nice work. Bring in the breath here. Lift your hands up and maybe even look up to lengthen your spine. And now bring your hands to heart prayer. Take a deep breath in and lengthen. Shift your chest forward. And then now hook your left elbow over your right knee for a twisted crescent lunge. And right here, that back heel is power. So stack it over your back toe mound. Nice adjustment. And now set your gaze a little bit higher than it actually is. And you can do this by pushing into your hands, which will naturally turn your chest towards the wall. And now come back through center. And then open up into a warrior two. Press into that knife edge of your back foot. And now roll your back thigh out for an outward rotation to open up your hips. Stay here, tune in, listen in, and feel what those micro adjustments do for you and your body. And flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, and track your gaze on your top hand. And then come into an extended side angle. Your right elbow can sit on your right knee, or if you have a block or book, you can start placing your right hand, tint your right hand down. And if you're in this position, I encourage you to hug your right butt cheek under, really engage it. And this will kind of help you have one line of energy in your pose from your heel to your toes. And then settle here and breathe. Say hello to your right thigh. I know you're working hard right here. And that's okay. It's okay to feel those sensations. It's okay to have that burning in your thigh. And now press back up to a warrior two. Take a deep, deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. We're almost towards the release. One more inhale. And then windmill your hands down to chaturanga, high to low plank. And upward facing dog. Feel your right thigh. And then downward facing dog. Exhale, left leg up to the ceiling. Draw your knee to your nose. Plant your left heel in between your hands. Then rise up to crescent. And breathe here. Notice if this feels different from the right side. And noticing doesn't have to be positive, negative, a blast, an amazing thing. It can just be what it is. And now stack your back heel over your back toe mound. Nice work. And now lift your hamstring, back hamstring up towards the ceiling by hugging your leg muscles to the bone. Nice work, nice adjustments. And breathe. Allow breath as an access to turning inward and noticing how your body feels right here. On your next breath in, look up in between your hands, lengthen your spine, and now hands to heart prayer. Now start shifting your torso forward, creating length, and then hook your right elbow over your left knee. And then stack your back heel over your back toe mound. Nice work. And if you come in, come right back out. I always used to think that falling because of these micro adjustments and tuning in was probably like the worst thing I could ever do. And then I started learning that it's only learning how your body feels and getting stronger. Come back through center, crescent lunge. One breath in and open up to warrior two. And in this warrior two right here, you create it. So see what feels good. And you can play around with moving your body and noticing how those micro adjustments, noticing how those affect what you do and how you feel. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, inhale. And then extended side angle. Take your left elbow at your left knee, or if you have a block, you can tint your fingers on the block. Hug your left butt cheek under to square your hips towards the side of the room. And breathe through it. Tune into your breath. Press back up to warrior two. Keep that bend in your left knee. Stay for the inhale. and the exhale. You can do this, nice work. One more inhale, windmill your hands down to chaturanga, or always the option to go right to downward facing dog. No one ever got in trouble for skipping a chaturanga. See your two big toes, take a deep breath in, and exhale it out. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, float to the top of your mat. Land lightly, halfway lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale, chair, one breath, or let's do a few more breaths than one breath. You've been here before, and how can you make this feel different in your body right now? How can you make this pose new right here? Bring your hands to heart prayer. Twist to the right side of the room. Hook your left elbow over your left knee. And draw your left knee back so that it lines up with your right knee. And see if you can do this without looking, with just noticing how it feels. Come back through center, stay in the chair, stay in the fire, and now left side. Push your hands together so that your left elbow starts, your left shoulder starts stacking over your right shoulder. Come back through center, breath in. Stay in it. Sink your hips about 5 inches lower than they really are. Take another breath in. Feel your legs, feel the fire building. The top is the heat. And bow down, release, forward fold. And take your favorite variation of forward fold right here. It could be elbows, hugging your elbows in, clasping your hands behind your neck, grabbing your two big toes with your peace finger. Those are some options. And tune into what you want. Release your hands, heel toe your feet together so that you have about 1 inch or 2 in between your heels. Halfway lift, inhale, and then forward fold, exhale. Mountain pose, rise up, inhale, and bring your hands to your side, exhale. Take a half staff. So lift your right leg up so that you have about a 90-degree bend in your right leg. Your knee is in line with your hips, and flex your feet towards your toes. Take your right hand and clasp it towards the top of your shin for a standing leg raise. Option to also grab the outer edge of your right foot and then start drawing your right leg towards the sides of your area, towards the bookshelves. And right here, the power and stability comes from your legs. So take your standing leg and zip up your quads towards your hip creases. Nice work. Embrace the wobbles and feel them and feel yourself getting stronger. And now come back through center, half staff, and straighten your right foot out towards the front of the room. So plant your heel, lift it a little bit higher because you can right here, and swing it back for airplane pose like a pendulum. And like you were just doing on your left side, zip your quads up towards your hip creases, and on your lifted leg, hug your leg muscles to the bone. And breathe and concentrate. Focus on one point about 2 feet in front of your mat. And now open up to half moon. Option to use your block right here. So option to take your left hand and place it on a block for some added stability. And forward fold, release, nice work. Inhale, take a halfway lift, and then bow down, forward fold. Rise up to mountain, push the mat away with your feet, look up, and then hands to your sides of your body. Take your left leg up for a standing leg raise, 90-degree bend in your left leg. And then open up, so take your left hand, clasp it on the top part of your shin, or grab the knife edge of your left foot and open up into a standing leg raise. Zip, so really hug your leg muscles to the bone, become solid in that standing leg. That'll help you with stability. And breathe. Come back through center, standing leg raise. Nice work with that transition. And now straighten your left leg out in front of you. Hug your leg muscles to the bone and stay here for a breath in because you can. And then pendulum back to airplane. Slow and controlled like molasses. Or honey, or I don't know, what else is like molasses? Sap. Really flex your lifted foot towards your shin, and this will automatically kind of help you engage your lifted leg muscles. And open up to half moon now. Take your right hand down towards your mat or a block. A block will help you kind of have your chest be parallel to your mat. And now forward fold, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow down, exhale. Rise up to mountain pose. Reach up, look up in between your hands and come into a tree, right side. Heel above or below your knee. Hug your right butt cheek in to start to allow access to your right leg coming almost parallel with your body. So it's almost like I can put two sheets of glass from the front and the back of you, and it's like you're in one pane. And now bring your right leg out for a half staff. We've been here before. So take a 90-degree bend to your right knee, and then come into an eagle. We'll be here for about 3 breaths. Right leg under, right leg over, right arm under. And right here in this eagle, engage your abs. So pull your pit of your belly up and in. And then stack your shoulders over your hips. This may cause you to come a little bit out of the depth of your eagle, and that's okay. Unwind, reach up, inhale, mountain pose. And then tree left side. Take whatever arm variation is calling for you. And now pull your shoulder blades back, almost like somebody tied 2 strings onto each of your shoulders and started pulling them back. Feel that movement, and it'll cause your collarbone to shine towards the front. Now come into a half staff. Keeping your left leg lifted, nice work. Left side eagle, left leg over, left arm under. and feel the wobbles. In this pose, you're all tightened in, you're all hugged in. And now rise up to a mountain pose, release from your eagle. And then bow down, exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga, or skip it and go right to downward facing dog. Up dog, fill up. Push back to downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling, inhale. Draw your knee to your nose, step it through, open up to warrior two. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink your leg, sink your knee, front knee a little bit deeper. And then straighten your front leg and come into a triangle pose. And to come into this, you can start reaching your chest forward, and then bow down your chest down. You can hug your right butt cheek under, and to give you access to twisting your chest up towards the ceiling, look up. And now using your core, so engage your abs right here, rise up to a stand, and then point your toes in, heels out, bow down over your legs. Side facing, wide-legged forward fold. And play around with the movements here. What feels good? You can try rocking your weight forward, and that may kind of feel a little bit scary. And I promise you, you'll catch it if you fall. And now with a flat back, stand all the way up, rise up. Point your toes towards the front of the room. And then step up to a mountain pose. Inhale, rise up, reach up, and bow down, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga, down to the mat, elbows at 90 degrees, keep your gaze forward, upward facing dog, pinch your shoulder blades together, push back to downward facing dog, exhale, left leg up to the ceiling, inhale, draw your knee to your nose as you exhale, step it through, warrior two, rise up. Pinch your shoulder blades together to broaden your collarbones towards the bookshelf. And then straighten your front leg. And then come into a triangle pose left side. So you can start reaching your left hand forward, almost like you're trying to grab for something at the top of your mat, and then spiral your chest down as you exhale. Hug your left butt cheek under. Engaging your core, start to straighten your front leg, bring your torso up to a stand. And then bow down, exhale, Prasarita. Take a halfway lift, inhale, and then bow down, exhale. One more halfway lift, inhale, and then rise up using a flat back. Point your toes towards the front of your mat, and then step up into a mountain pose. One more sweeping mountain pose up. This is the last one of the day. Make it count. Forward fold, exhale. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga all the way down to the mat. Upward facing dog, big breath in. Push back to downward facing dog, exhale. Drop to your knees, and then come into a bridge pose, whatever side you want facing it. We're only going to do 3 back bends today. So immediately lift up to bridge. And you can start wiggling your shoulder blades under your body. Nice work. And stay here and breathe. Lower down, exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, press up to bridge, wheel, or supported bridge by placing a block under your mat. Breathe, focus in, tune in. We've been through a lot of poses right here. And can you still stay engaged with tuning into your body? And lower down, exhale. Take a breath in and an exhale out. Rise up on your inhale, last one. Go for it. And then lower down, nice work. Rock and roll, head to toe. 3 times. And then rise up to a boat. An option to place your hands behind your hamstrings or option to reach them out in front of you. And really knit your front ribs together right here. And this will help you not start carving your back down to the mat. But if you engage them, you'll keep a flat spine. Lower down into low plank. See your toes. Rise up, back to high. Nice work. Lower down into low. And high. One more low. And high. Stay here for a breath in and a breath out. And then come into half pigeon, right side. Or if half pigeon doesn't work for your body, option to take figure 4 on your back. And if you've lost your breath right here, bring it back into this pose. You can use breath as an access to surrendering deeper into this pigeon, half pigeon. Switch sides. Left side, half pigeon. Option to take figure 4 in your back if this doesn't work for you. And swing your back leg out in front and come into a seated forward fold. You can take your flesh bones from under your flesh from under your bones. And then hinge forward with a flat back. Now rise up and come on into your back and take about 10 breaths to close out your practice. And this could be a spinal twist. You can take a happy baby or go right into Shavasana. Whatever it is, you get to choose what you want. We're about halfway through the 5 breaths or 10 breaths. And when you come into Shavasana, let your body release towards the mat. Let gravity do the work. And we'll come out together on time. There's nothing to engage. Thoughts come up, let them go. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Roll to your right side for fetal position. Take a moment. Keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up to a seat. Could be legs crisscrossed or hips over heels. Bring your hands to heart prayer. Take a deep, deep breath in, fill up. Let it go, breath out, open, exhale. One more of those, pull the breath in, fill up with air, expand, and let it go. Bring your hands to forehead center. Congratulate yourself for showing up. Namaste. Coming off mute. I think I have to ask you. And awesome.
Thank you.